from Cincinnati, Ohio, and Bowie, Maryland. This is Behind the Bots, the podcast that brings you the stories and the people behind the bots. I'm Jake.
I'm Brandon.
And on today's podcast, we have our interview with the 3-pound world champion, Alex Wang. We're going to wrap up the show with this week's installment of Robots Around the World. If you like our show, please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, TuneIn, CastBox, Player FM, and Podbean. Follow us on Facebook at Behind the Bots. And tell a friend. We appreciate coming to the stream. I know we're a little late today, but it happens, okay? Sometimes we break OBS.
Yep. Well, now it is time.
Before we get into it, let's go to a quick pause. Thanks for the quick break, guys. Brandon, what's going on in the combat robotics calendar? What is going on in the coming months?
All right. So first, we're going to do December since we're still in it, and then looking forward to January 2026. So for December in the United States, there are two more events. There's SCAR's December to Dismember in Walnut, California, featuring all the bigger robots and hobby weights, featherweights, and sportsman classes, featuring 19 of those machines. The second one is the West Coast Combat Robot League's December Holiday Bash, where 32 fairies, plants, and ant weights will be competing. That'll be rounding out our year 2025. Looking forward to 2026, where in January alone, we will have 405 insect weight robots competing in the United States, particularly in, and let's count it off, California, Oregon, Utah, New Jersey, Florida, Missouri, Michigan, Massachusetts, Minnesota, Oklahoma, and New York, as well as the Kilobots event in Saskatchewan, Canada. So lots of activity all across the United States, with the largest of these events being the Robot Renegades kickoff event in Jensen Beach, Florida on January 17th, where it's going to be 89 robots across the insect weight divisions. Get details on this event and more at robotcombatevents.com, buildersdb.com, and bristolbotbuilders.com. But now we head to interview with Alex.
Alex Wang, how are you, the new 3-pound champion?
I'm pretty good, yeah. I mean, I can't say it gets much better than this, but yeah, I'm pretty good.
Man, you just won NHRL World Champion. So that means that not only did you win probably among the most prestigious events in the sport, but even one of the biggest classes in the sport and some of the best robots in the sport. Is that not just like the most exciting thing, Alex? Are you not bouncing off the walls excited?
Honestly, I thought I would be more excited, like in my dreams when I played it over and like when I envisioned holding up like just a golden box of any sort of shape, whether it was going to be a dumpster or a Brett. But then it like kind of happened and it was like, that was pretty cool, but it like took a lot out of me to get there. So, I mean, yeah, it was a ton of fun, but I think I kind of knew that like it was going to happen one day, and then that was the day that it happened.
So that was the day that it happened. So I guess then we have to imagine leading up to it, So before NHL Robo Championship, even before Pine Victus and Leatherbacks, what did you do before? Like, what was the origin story of Alex before the Combat Robot World swooped in?
So I think like a lot of other people, I did FRC in high school, and like I know Liam talked a lot about that. He was a lot better at FRC than I was. So the FRC team that I came from, I joined in its second year ever with everyone else that was brand new, and the whole robot was held together with zip ties and duct tape, and there were more zip ties than like screws on the robot. Like, but I remember like trying to drill holes in my plates, and they never lined up, and then I turned them into slots with like my hand drill, and it was a mess, but like that was a lot of fun. And then
Is that the one we're looking at here?
no, that was my FRC robot. That was in high school.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
No, so those were like, I didn't learn how to build good robots there, but I mean, I got really excited about it. And then I also started building drones in high school, and I crashed my first drone into the side of my house and it broke. And then
Oh no.
like I did a lot of stuff like that. And then I showed up at school, and then I was like looking at clubs to join, and then there's Brandon, and then there's this other guy, Misha, and they were talking about this thing called Warlock, and I was like, what the heck is that? And then I thought it was like the coolest thing ever, and then I went to NHRL that my first semester, and it's pretty brutal. And then I went into I think like 3 more before I got my first win, but like it was a lot of fun. And then that was the first version of Pine Victus, and then I built like this 12-pound undercutter thing that I try not to think about that much.
No.
We'll
And then
A12X Wang.
and
The great
then
and legendary.
A12X Wang.
yeah, and then I built a bunch of more Pine Victus versions, and I built another 12-pounder that I also tried to not think about it too much. But and then this year I was really focused on getting Pine Victus to be really good, and I think it worked pretty well.
I would agree. I certainly think so. Would you? Let me see. So, I guess going back a little bit. So you mentioned like the Leatherbacks days. So me and Misha, good old Misha, by the way. What was his name of his hovercraft shell spinner robot
Open
that he
Hell.
brought to NHRL? I believe it was earlier this year.
Open Hell.
Do you remember its name, Alex? It was a really cool machine. I'm sure others might
Open
be able to
Hell.
remember it, and they could probably bring it up.
Can-
But anyway, Misha's made excellent robots. I joined Leatherbacks as well. So with Leatherbacks in particular, we overlapped a little bit in time. You were there before I graduated, and after I disappeared off into the great wide world. You were able to stay there and did some things. So how was Leatherbacks days for you, Alex? Especially like I guess the ants and stuff.
Yeah. So that first semester was, I went with you and Misha. We went to NHRL. It was a lot of fun. And then afterwards, it was like, now you're gonna be the chief engineer of the Leatherbacks. And I was a freshman kid that was 0-2 at NHRL and knew literally nothing. But it was a big learning experience. And then after you guys left, I kind of had to figure out a lot of things on my own. But I mean, when I look back at it, I think of it fondly, but in the moment, it was always quite painful. And then, like, running all these events was so much work, and people didn't finish their robots on time, and then things like caught on fire. But overall, it was a lot of fun, I would say.
Nice.
So what kind of motivated you to initially like seek out the Leatherbacks and get on the Leatherbacks? One thing that we have at UC is like gaining members and holding on to members. That can be difficult, especially when you're first starting a club. So what made you
what's
interested
happening.
in the club, and then what
Mhm.
kind of retained you?
I think so I mean, like everyone else, like I watched BattleBots as a kid. It was like my favorite thing, but I just didn't know that that was a thing that I would actually be able to do without like building a 250-pound robot and going on a TV show. Um, so actually, over the summer before school started, I was like just looking at robotics clips because I knew I wanted to do robotics of some kind because that was like my favorite thing in high school. And then like I saw a video of Lynx, and I mean, I don't know, it might not be obvious, but Lynx is my favorite robot. And then I was like, I saw Lynx at my first event, and I think he won it. And I was like, to be that guy winning and blowing everyone up, like that's like the coolest thing ever. So that was why I kept going back. And then I never looked back.
Never look back, indeed.
Yeah.
So I guess sort of going with that. So the 12 pounders. So like the Beatles are great. Well, they had a nice progression. Pine has a very long, storied career, which I want to come back to sort of leading up to finals a bit more. But before we get on to glory, I want to get on to a little bit of the pain. So tell us a bit about A12X Wang, if you'd be so generous.
So I don't even know where to start. Like when I was my second semester of college, Brandon and Misha told me to apply to work in the machine shop, which was called Terrapin Works, and I was like, well, you mean unlimited access to make robot parts like whenever I want? Like that sounds pretty cool. And I mean, I didn't love being a machinist or doing the actual job, and the only reason I wanted to do it was to use like the water jet and CNC machines like off hours. And then that summer, I was like, well, I have a whole summer to myself, and I know how to use a water jet. So let me try to build a 12-pounder. And I mean, I think I spent like 2 weeks catting it, and it definitely showed. And I drilled all the holes with the hand drill for some reason. I don't know why I did that, but like none of the holes were straight. You can see like half the screws are missing. There's like
I love
slots
this
in the
robot,
top
bro.
plate because I couldn't like line up the holes, so I just re-water jetted a top plate with slots in it. And then I was like, this is also when I realized that I could put text in SolidWorks, so you can see like on the top, I have like a bunch of. I started putting my name and everything. That was my big thing. And then yeah, my first fight ever was against Jameson, and I fought attrition.
Oh, jeez.
And
Oh,
I remember
It was great. It was great.
he was like, oh yeah, this robot is like, I haven't touched it in 20 years, and then I'm just taking it out, and we'll see how it does. And on the other side, I was like, well, I know the weapon's not even going to spin up, but I put the belt on to try and psych him out to make him think that it would.
Psych out, Mr. Go.
And then the next thing we're going to see here is going to be kind of funny.
Oh, there's the belt.
But-
the intimidation belt.
It's like look, there's like some motion, but I don't even think the motors are like plugged into anything.
Oh.
Oh, jeez.
And then
Did he
goes the
eat
blade.
it?
Yeah. So that was a little bit rough. You can see me over there, but that was my first time interacting with JMO, and then I kind of got embarrassed. And I remember there was like a tour going through the cages like right next to me, and they were like, oh, like this is going to be a great 12-pound matchup. Let's stay and watch. And then it was like on the Instagram live stream too, and I was like, yeah, this is going to be rough. But
Just every level of embarrassment possible, just like being dumped on you.
I know. So, I mean, like I didn't really know what I was doing, but like it was a lot of fun. So I wouldn't say I regret it. And then the next fights after that, I don't even know what happened. Oh, like then I got the great idea, like let's put it like my 1-pounder, like mini butt in there.
Against
And
Bugsy.
then
First he fights J-Mo, then he fights Zoe.
Yeah, then the whole
Okay,
become
wow.
fire like right at the beginning.
It's so. Oh, jeez.
Wait.
Is that immediate smoke, Alex?
Yeah, wait, yeah, go back to the beginning. It, like literally immediately the second I tried to spin it up.
Oh man.
Oh, geez.
Yep.
Beautiful. Immediate
Just
smoke screen. I love it. Immediate smoke screen.
Yeah, so I think we turned like 0% of the electrical power into mechanical power in that one.
It turned it all into smoke.
It turned it all into the nice smoke. But yeah, so that was that. And then I took it back to another competition, which was in like November. It was in the fall, and then I remember I machined a new hub for it when I was really excited about it because I used the Kuma to like do the spline profile, and then I like put it on the lathe, and I did the V-belt groove, and it like fit in the water jetted weapon that took like it literally took like 4 hours to cut because it was like a half-inch thick thing, and the water jet was half broken, and I was there like I think that was when we were also building Warlock at the same time, and we were in the IFL, like in the machine shop until like 5 a.m. for many nights in a row, and it was like that was like really painful. But yeah, and then we show up, and then my weapon like smokes itself in the test box 5 minutes before my fight, and then I think I had to forfeit to side apple, and that was probably like
side apple,
the lowest point in my
That's
entire life.
Gotta blow the dust off that name. That's so it's
side
so funny.
apple.
So November, that would have been November of 2022. That was my first NHRL, and I very specifically remember scouting your robot because it was one of the only other. There were 3 undercutters that fought that November, and it was. Or man, maybe it was November. It had to have been. And it was me, and it was Liam, Buzzkill, and then it was you. And I remember the spline and how it perfectly fit on the weapon. I was like, that's pretty dope. So it wasn't for nothing. I did, everyone noticed how nice the fit was. It didn't go nowhere. So you did get one fight that event. It was against Corey's like 12-pounder.
Oh yeah, I remember looking at it, and
he's had a couple of them. I forget which
that one had a really cool like bent top armor, and I was like, that's like super cool.
Yeah, really fast.
Oh yeah,
wow!
It was like
this is some amazing camera work. For those of you guys who haven't watched classic NHRL, if you think the camera work was terrible now, look at this fight. Just
you have like the one stagnant camera top of the cage. No ability to have like the mobile crew or anything like that.
It's
so
just
I think that was
completely broken. You can.
What was their robot called? Like Tank and
Cappuccino.
What was Misha and Bob's multi-bot
called? Heads there. Oh man!
Did your robot even make it on? Yeah,
in the cage.
Even no. The entire fight goes by.
So basically, like, there's no proof that like my robot was even there.
Yeah,
like, I mean that's the secret. There was no proof of the 12 pounds.
Like you can see that I was there, but like we haven't even seen the robot yet.
Yeah,
yeah, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
Look how long Corey's hair is. It's funny.
Man. So long ago, and yet it's like yesterday. Man, so
wow,
they already
that's
mentioned
it. That's the entire fight.
Stuff.
Yeah. Incredible. It's not even on stream. That's awesome. Wow.
So like,
how far
exactly how far have we come? Truly, how far have we come? Incredible stuff.
Oh, no.
So like, in addition to A12X Wang, we also have Ratchet. So what's like Ratchet's story? Good old Ratchet.
Let's see. I remember I saw like JMO's clutch video from Megatron, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I want to build a hammer saw and do that. And then I was like, what if, like, hammer saw you need to like win the ground game. And I remember hearing Liam talk about like all his ground games on Bumble Blitz, and I was like, what if like you just didn't have to do that? And then I was like, yeah, what if you just like put an undercutter on the back and then like, oh no, and then it's like, oh yeah, then you can like cut their forks off, and then you just win as a hammer saw, and then it's like, it's amazing.
Ratchet versus Blackjack.
What you expect.
That's sort of
So
the hope
this was
and
not
open idea,
this was
right?
not exactly the vision I had in my head. And you can see like on the back there's like the whole like horizontal mounting thing was like just one big billet, and it was like I was like, yeah, we'll just make like hot leaf juice and also like Megatron, but in the same robot, and it'll like win everything. And I was like, yeah, it'll be unbeatable. But then it was a little too much, and it was also like just so much work.
What was crazy about Ratchet was actually legitimately, I know it didn't win any fights, but how small it is. So how is this all working? Like, I don't understand how you fit this all in a working package.
I don't. That's why it didn't work. It wasn't exactly a working package. But I don't even like at the time. I mean, in all of my robot histories, it was like the amount of room left for the electronics was like literally none. And this one, I think the plan originally was to have 2 batteries in it, and then we had to take out a battery so that we could have room for ESCs. So like this robot was only running like it was like a 6S like 1300 milliamp hour battery to run 2 weapon systems. So like I don't even think it would have lasted like more than a minute in like a real fight. So there are a couple compromises that had to be made towards the end to get it into the box. But shit, against Kilojoule, that was its closest to like winning a fight. And this second event was really funny because the whole like clutch thing, like we had dialed it in and I was working really well. And then like 2 days before the event, we are just like testing the arm, and then like it starts like just dying. Like it just starts pooping out like the springs, and like it just like doesn't work. But like at least the robot can like drive and move, and like I can like stuck on the mini bot. But like
mini bot days as well.
I can actually like do stuff. Yeah. So the mini bot was necessary because it's also like 13 pounds or whatever. But like
yeah,
I can actually like do things.
Used to be all 12-pound. All 12-pound fights were a 13.2 pounder with a 3-pound sportsman in the back.
Yeah, I mean, like now the Beetle fights are 4 pounds, but that's okay.
But even so,
you're
like,
actually
in this fight,
the hell out of him. Wow, I've never seen this fight.
Yeah.
So we're right here, right?
Wait,
here.
Whoa!
And then the arm like died, and then like that was the moment, and we were like right on top of his his link, I think, or his switch.
Yeah.
And it was like, then I was like, well, we could still get self-righted, and then I accidentally pushed the stick button instead of the unstick button. I think that's a pretty common mistake. So we can see like, oh, I thought they were gonna like push me off from the front, but then
no, they just pushed you forward into the wall.
Promptly
got you.
Then it was over. Then I was like, okay, yeah, now we're cooked.
Yeah, that's the beauty of unsticking in HRL. Perfectly stuck.
So that one was. I wish that I don't know. Like I wished a lot of things, but I think the fact that the robot didn't randomly die at this event in either of its fights, like against Caldera, I think he knocked off both wheels or something. I don't know, something stupid. But at least it wasn't like it just randomly died in the event before this, and
Yeah.
honestly, watching that fight back, I haven't watched, like, I don't think I've ever watched that fight. Like, that's
You
probably
said
my
that you
first
don't go
time
through the film on
watching it.
Ratchet every day and think to yourself how Ratchet 2 is going to become the best robot ever.
Like, that actually looked like it was doing pretty decently, so it makes me even more excited to actually build another 12-pounder again one day.
Ooh. There's the tease, everybody. There's the tease. He said it, 12-pounders.
He's got plenty of money to do it too now. He's got plenty of money.
Speaking of money, tell us about the new Pine Victus. Because people remember seeing Pine, old Pine back in Teams days. In fact, Alex Pix actually asked about, well, actually more than just Alex.
Nice.
Anthony from Nubis asked about the evolution of like modern Pine. But even ancient Pine, it grew a long ways. So tell us about like Pine's evolution from the original way back in 2021 to the modern day we see now.
So, well, this 2021 guy, there's a lot of things to say about him. Like, one thing was, you can see there's like a rubber band instead of like a timing belt on the weapon.
I didn't notice that at first. That's hilarious.
And
That's great.
I remember at the event, I was like, this, like, I was looking at everyone else's robots. They were like super cool. And then I was like, man, can't wait to like come back and have a better robot. And that was fine. But then Ray Billings came over he comes over to the table, and then he like just starts asking me questions, and he like picks it up, and he's like, oh, this is cool. And I'm like, oh yeah. And then he like touches the rubber band, and like I'm just like crying on the inside.
Just the ultimate disrespect.
I'm like, oh man, like this was like, I thought I'd be excited to meet him when I like met him, but that was pretty painful.
Mr. Tombstone,
Fly
seeing
home,
all of
buddy.
your worst.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so
Mr. Ray Billings examining your rubber band timing belt for the original Pine.
So did you machine you water jet all this UHMW? I see the water jet like edge now.
Yeah, well, so I think those outer side rails got machined.
Mm-hmm.
But this was all with the help of Brandon and Misha. I think, like, at least for this guy, like I wasn't trained on anything yet, and that was kind of where I learned how to do things. But yeah, like Misha went to that event without his own robot just so that he could help me like troubleshoot our motors that like would only spin in one direction, and that. But like, and then I think I sent you another picture of the Drisk version.
Yeah. This is the Drisk. Oh, and then you went to this.
There it is.
So is this the second version?
This was like, no, this was the fourth version. So.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Sorry,
okay, so wait.
Okay.
Sorry, I have so many Pine Victus tabs right now. It's
huge
Pine
head
time
over here.
Huge Pine head. So where are we? So this is the first version?
There's like a CAD screenshot. I think you hovered over.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh yeah. So this was the second version. I was like still like learning things, but like all the belts like were sized properly, and there were like actually bearings in the weapon and things. But then I think it still went 0-2, but it doesn't really matter. And then
don't worry, it was still a huge improvement. Like there was he was getting the fundamentals at this point, and we were happy to see it anyway.
Yeah, and I think what happened was I didn't have any covers on my drive motors, like because I wasn't using outrunners before, and then like all my wires got sucked into my motor, and then I think it also like rubbed my battery like half apart. But
yeah,
that's okay.
Young Alex.
Oh no.
Pine Victus X, I believe.
Well, they're all under the same guy.
Are they all on the same? Okay.
So
you've really been running this robot, since 2021. So it's a very, it's actually a very pretty old robot.
It's quietly ancient.
Yeah, that's wild, actually.
I think like one thing about this robot was like, I built the first version of this robot. Like that was the first thing I'd ever catted. That was the first thing I'd ever like made custom parts for.
Mhm.
It was like it was definitely a learning process of like everything that all the skills that I would learn over the next couple of years. But like that's why I ended up not changing the name because I was like it's kind of fun to like think about the journey that I've been on with this stupid thing. But yeah. But
Think
so
it's the
eventually,
Driss.
yeah, eventually we made the Drisk that like the one that looks like a certain kit robot. And I remember,
There it
yeah,
is.
so this was the first NHRL win I had ever gotten. And I was like, I think I also beat Warhard at the same event. And I was like, that was like the highlight of my whole life.
You fought.
It was in, oh wait, no, I beat Warhard in March. But in that
Yeah.
November 2022, that was my first NHRL win.
This one.
Um,
So you brought a 12 and a 3 to this event. That's I mean that's
yes.
pretty bold to run 2 robots at one event,
I-
especially like for a new build. You know, that's I mean
Yeah, so like I
You
just
had
like
to learn
had no
fast if
idea
fail
what I
often.
was doing, and I thought that the more that I built, the better they would be, and then it paid off eventually. I do think that if I had spent more time focusing on like one thing, it would have been better. I think in this match, I don't think my weapon spins, but I like fixed that for later.
it looks like it's trying.
It's trying. I don't think
It's
it's
No,
trying
yeah,
to
I
trying.
remember
spin.
it was trying, but then I was like, it actually didn't work. Um. Actually, there's a fight. I think it's against Ukfunt again. That was my first ever roof shot, and then I was like, okay, now I feel
Yeah.
like Lynx.
Now
And
I
then
feel
the funny
like
thing
Link.
is, like basically immediately after that, like one of my wires like broke, and then it turned on. So that was like a. I feel like that was a moment where like I really decided to like start focusing more on all the little details. So like using the right kind of wires, making sure everything's like strain relieved and like just not like being as like I don't know, just putting more thought into everything. So
Mhm.
yeah, like right
Yeah,
oh
nice,
yeah,
nice.
right there.
You caught him in like the perfect vert hit where you are right side up and he's upside down, and then the like weapons just like
Pull under.
mash. Oh
Yep.
look,
I
and you
know.
lean
So this is
forward
like
too.
this
Wait,
is
wait, wait. Did you
beautiful.
see that? That's pivotal.
There it is. You lean forward and
Yeah.
down, get
He's
close to the
literally
robot, feel
locking
its
in.
Yeah,
pain.
you gotta
That's a
see
change.
the
That's a
you gotta see it
mentality
from the
shift there. When
point
you
of view of
lean
the
in.
robot. And then actually I think what happens first is my weapon nut like fell out or something. Or something
Yeah.
like broke and the weapon like stopped spinning.
Mhm.
Yep.
And then I was like, man, it was going like so well, and then I like stopped going so well. Yeah, and then I'm pretty sure in this one was like this was before I knew about like silicon stranded wires, and I was using like some random wire with like 4 strands in it. And it was like it broke like super easily, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But there was a lot of learning from right here, and I think that is it. The moment of great sadness.
But at the same time, he tasted glory because
Yeah.
for a few
You
seconds
got your
there,
first taste
he
of
was
blood.
listening. Yeah.
No. So yeah, I think I went 2-2 at that event, but that was pretty fun. And then I was like,
I mean, Warhard was your big like kind of the first like
yeah.
heavy duty opponent that you were able to beat.
Yeah, so it didn't start off super well, but then I think I probably watched that one hit like every single day for like 6 months.
But you see, that's the point though, because he's bouncing Warhard off the arena. Like he's winning exchanges. That's already pretty good. The robot's still functioning, which is even better.
You got him.
And now
stuck.
Warhard's on his
Yeah,
face.
and
He's doing the thing.
his like weapon motor desoldered or something, so then I was able to like control the rest of the fight. And you can see standing next to me is Steven from the Leatherbacks, and that was his first NHRL ever. And I think, or no, that wasn't his first one because that was in the spring. But I remember talking about this with him a lot, and we were like,
A teaching
"Did I
moment.
actually just beat Warhard? That was crazy." And then, yeah.
It was good times. It was good times.
Oh yeah, and then yeah.
Good.
So this version was also the Motorama Day 2 undefeated
Exactly.
BOA champion.
Motorama Day 2 champion.
Okay.
So yeah, you know, like Motorama, like 2-day event, double elimination bracket, and I mean I won all of my fights on day 2, so
yeah. He just didn't win day 1, but it's fine. Because by day 2, everyone's round for crutches, and so you just beat them all up.
Yeah, it was the grudge.
So he was undefeated
champion.
Day 2 Motorama champion.
So when was the turning point when you went to the beater bar? Because that's really that really changed the robot a lot, you know, from its look.
Yeah. So actually, I think that the 2023 spring was when I brought 2 robots again.
Oh, Happy Apple.
And yeah. So unfortunately, we have to search for. I actually forgot the name of it for a second.
Happy Apple was a direct answer to Sad Apple because we had to think
Sad
better.
Apple and then
because Sad Apple was sad. And everyone knew it was sad. But actually, it was Side Apple. We called it Sad Apple, and then we made Happy Apple. And Happy Apple was a dual iteration for Punk.
Yeah.
So
you fought Unk Fun again. That's crazy with a different robot. That's so unlucky.
Fought so many times.
Wow.
Oh yeah, and this one. This one was I don't even remember what was going on in my mind. But I was like,
overweight?
Yeah, I was overweight.
I thought you were, there we go.
Yeah, I don't need wheel guards, so I mean,
to be fair, we do see the same strat come back later on. So
you see my nice little fork limiter not doing anything. And did I lose again to am I 0-3 against Unk Fun? Oh no.
Or Happy Apple. I think it was Lego tires back then, so I just sort of came
off the transmitter to his mom too. So
I felt so bad. He like sucked in my Lego tire. And I felt horrible. And that was how I beat
Lego tire.
That was how I beat his mom. And I was like, oh my god, this is like
that's getting
this is like the worst moment of my whole life. I've had a lot of those. Like, this is the worst moment. Like, I'm like, oh my god.
Just say worse so far. It can always get worse. You'll find a way.
Which, by the way, if your robot is not in weight, and there's been a lot of discourse around your robot not being in weight in the 12-pound server, just take the armor off and just get it to the box. This is a perfect example of just get it to the, because you might win. You know, you might get your wheels sucked in by your opponent and win the fight. So just get it to the box and you'll learn something. You know, that's awesome.
Woo! And I went for Happy Apple.
So this whole event was rough because that was also, I think, Warlock's like last showing, and it was Warlock and Side Apple's most recent showings, and I was working on both of those, and I remember that I didn't get to test my 3-pound robot because we were building Warlock and stuff, so I was a little salty about that, but that's
yeah, I remember that.
You want to watch a Warlock fight?
I mean, you should just choose the Jade fight if you want a good one. That's like Warlock's only high moment. 2022. That's the high moment. Dude, we played the Warlock highlight of it hitting Jade for every single Scram event at Maryland. Like every sort of showcase, it's just like, see this one hit, and this is the chassis. Like, that's our connection.
Oh my god.
It moves great.
Whoa! Yeah, Warlock was great. Yeah, Warlock was peak when it actually was good. It just, I mean, it killed the weapon to do it, but like Warlock actually had a lot of potential to be a decent robot. It's just that it was, left to die. Yeah, it was left to die.
Yeah.
Yikes. So I think we were all a little bit burned out at Warlock because that last event, it kind of
KOs
had a lot of
That's every
issues.
single fight.
That's a brutal last. Oh my god, 4 events. Oh,
Wait, no, even
oh,
more.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Warlock memory lane is always
Like,
some answer
how many
of
how many wins
Pain
do we
lock.
have? Like,
Oh, pain lock.
But
yeah.
but that's also part of the teaching though, because this is also where we're kind of looking as a team and said, okay, Warlock is intending to get people into doing stuff.
Yeah.
You have students who want to do stuff,
Yep.
but independently. So we're gonna pivot to
Yeah.
that. So
Yes.
that's when we really
So-
started getting more into, like Pine's
So, yeah.
Rise is pretty good,
Well-
and then other beetles and whatnot.
So
No,
was-
really, the turning point. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I was gonna say. So this was kind of a turning point for the club, where you guys had one big robot, and then you split into a bunch of like smaller robots. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, because kind of before this, we had Warlock, we had Side Apple, and we had me, and I kind of just like built a new beetle every like month. And then, yeah, so the turning point really happened because right after this, I was like, what am I doing with my life? And then I built Redemption.
Yeah,
That
I
was my
remember the days.
first robot podium, my first event where I actually won more than like 2 fights in a row. And so that was my Plastic Ant version 1. And after that, we were like, let's start building Plastic Ants. And then that was kind of the focus for that next semester was, well, the next semester was an interesting one, but it was, let's have all the normal club members build plants instead of building metal robots, and then we can like iterate more, build more, and it's a lot less hard to manufacture everything. And then I think that year was that was the best scram to date. We had like, I think me and Brandon fought our plants like 17 times in a row because no one else's robot worked.
Yeah.
But like that
Sorry,
was a
what
lot of
is
fun.
Scram?
Scram stands
yeah.
for Showcase of Combat Robotics at Maryland. So that was like our semesterly tournament competition thing. And then in the spring, there's this thing called Maryland Day, which is like Maryland campus is open to the public and everyone comes to see demos of like engineering and just what the school's up to. So that's kind of like our big spring event, and there'd be like hundreds of people walking through, and like that was pretty fun.
Yeah, that was sort of that change. We realized that if we wanted to have people be competent enough to work on bigger robots, you can cut the teeth in small ones, because people started graduating out from the first generation. So for example, like Bob had graduated out with me, so we already were leaving. So that means that people who worked on things like Professor Hex, they are now gone. It's a lot of new students coming in. They're trying to figure stuff out. We did Plastic Ants. And the benefit is, as we had more access to PLA, 3D printing through TerraFormWorks, which is the whole point of UMD and like clubs and stuff, we're like, okay, we can make them do good there. We can have them rapidly iterate. As they iterate, they can make better, bigger bots. We can teach them how to do stuff. And so like Alex was a prime example of that, because he would bring in Redemption. And it's like, all right, finally, someone who can challenge me. And so I fought him a bunch.
Finally,
Fought him a bunch to have a robot to be able to showcase to people. It also really worked because you had the dean, who later became the president of the university, come by, and he was like, neat. And we're like, so then we try to convince them to support us. And then like Liam and Steven and all them like now get to really into that more. Like you had the mechanical engineering department interested in doing stuff. TerraFormWorks used us as like an example of like students using tools and whatnot. So you had lots of growth as a result. So all it's to say, Warlock had to die for Leatherbacks to live. So we salute Warlock's death, but it was Pine time, and we're moving towards that era.
Yeah, and then that following semester was Liam's first semester at UMD, and also Owen's first semester. And that was when we really leaned into the plant thing and started like the Leatherbacks fight night, which was Tuesday and sometimes more, but at least every Tuesday, me, Liam, Owen, Mitchell, and Steven, and no one else, because no one else had a robot. But the 5 of us would always fight our plants against each other, and literally every week we would blow things up and then like make changes and then like do it again. And
Crazy.
yeah, that was probably one of my fondest like leatherbacks memories, because that was like the most competitive thing, because everyone was like you don't want to lose to like Mitchell, for example, because if you lose to Mitchell, then your life is over. But
for reference, this is the famous Leatherbacks apartment where they just like don't go outside, don't do anything, just sweat plants and just try hard plants for weeks at a time. Every week. This is the cage. This is the I don't know if this
many
is,
3D
this
printers.
Is candlelight over here, I think is what it is. So they're working because there's no other lights in this photo. There's like packages strewn. There's like isopropyl alcohol and a scale on this table. It looks like yeah.
No,
it was a prime laboratory
yeah.
for how to sweat plants.
Yeah, so I missed the apartment days because I think the first year they moved in like this semester and I graduated last semester. But we had our that was when we were in Cyprus. We had our cage and we called it like the Leatherbacks Dungeon. And I mean, Brandon knows all about this, but like it's like a musty building. We have our arena and there's one light that is like 100 feet away, so we're using our phone flashlights to like see inside.
Dude, they were
there's
homely.
Some gross videos that they look like they're shot in an alleyway of just like plants in this like dark cage, and people are just like, there's like dudes with tattoos like placing lots in the background, just like I got that one, and like that's pretty. So what's cool to me about that is how much effort, even though it's like it's just a plant, like week over week you're doing and you're thinking about something, and that's so exciting because sometimes we're months away from the next competition, and that can be really like especially for someone who's beginning, it can be hard for them to work on such an abstract goal for an extended period of time. So like for people who are listening who are from colleges, like get a plant program, because that will get people who are new involved and give them something that's like very, the time horizon is very limited. You can fight this, if you want to build this week and then fight it next week, you can do that instead of working on a 30 or a 12 for months at a time and then having it go 0-2 and get blown up. Sorry,
that's crazy.
Sad luck. So I think it's so important for those college programs.
Yeah,
I think you guys are such a model of like why that's like so successful, and I think your success at the most recent competition is so evident of like putting work in and like on a consistent timeline, and then just like slowly building up a great robot. You can see the way that Pine Victus was like such a simple concept. It's just like build links and then like make it much, much better. And I think that's very cool. And as a driver too. So would you like to get to more recent Pine Victus stuff? Is that where we're headed?
Yeah, no, this is good. This is a lot better than talking about a 12X Wang.
Wait, where's Old Pine? Where's the team's Pine? Old Pine is good.
I didn't send a picture.
Because that's right.
Teams Pine.
Teams, you were
I find
on
a picture.
The Leatherbacks.
To be fair,
I was on the
Bob,
Leatherbacks.
and Brandon.
Well, we were never there, but
that's the thing. We weren't really there, but
allegedly they say the Leatherbacks competed at teams for some reason and may or may not have done anything there.
I don't know. I've seen
lots
allegedly of Blue Marlin.
Allegedly.
Well, there's no reels of me being there, so at least that's good.
Which is the ironic part, because like allegedly, if Bob and I were there, supposedly Red Marlin and Dark Boreon both got destroyed, like completely obliterated.
Did you guys all go 0-3 or something?
No, he won. He was winning.
I won our only fight against Positively Hysterical.
Oh,
that's why our run was
okay.
hysterical.
But here's the thing. But his fights against Lynx and Liftoff, which again, crazy pull for a team, were excellent fights.
Bob won his fight against.
Yeah, Bob beat Shifty.
Yeah, Shifty. Yeah.
Oh,
it wasn't all for nothing.
Oh, true.
You.
I mean,
yeah.
If he was there, maybe, but otherwise.
Okay, Pine.
Yeah, like this, and this is Old Pine, I like to call it. And Old Pine was also a really good example of innovation because that was a solid robot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I remember we did the like G Scroll double header this weekend, and then I also went into a G Scroll, so that was kind of rough.
Okay, but they were also good fights though. Like here's the thing, I'm gonna have to keep doing Zoxmo. His fights were very good fights. Like his losses were a case of like judge's decision losses because he took them to like the full 3 minutes and he like either lost drive or like lost one too many exchanges near the very end of the fight, like sub 30 seconds. Where it's just enough to like pull it, but at the same time, like great fighting. So like Old Pine was solid. I still respect Old Pine. I loved Old Pine.
Oh, this had the welded beater on it. Yeah. This is sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this was against, I don't know how to weld, so this was Steven. He did all my... At this point, I was like, I really didn't like machining that much anymore because I had spent too much time like using the water jet, and yeah, Steven helped me out a lot to like get this guy over the finish line.
We have a picture.
And we're glad for it.
Of that group. Zoe is in chat sending pictures. Complimentary images of your team. Oh,
yep,
wow.
there's
sorry.
This is super zoom on Liam's face.
Sorry, I didn't mean to zoom in. So this is Liam. This is I'm sorry.
That's Steven.
Steven.
And then Owen, and then Mitchell.
And then Mitchell. Oh, okay.
Yep. So that was the gang. Yeah, we would fight our plants. We would go eat dinner. We would go home, fix the plant, do it again the next day. Not do any homework. Like, yeah, that was great.
It was good times. I mean, for them, I wasn't there. I'm old. I had adult money, so I could just, give away.
This fight was actually good until it was not good, but the beginning is good.
So you're fighting Lynx, kind of the robot that you base your robot off of, like in both drive style and kind of like general aggression. What is going through your head, like going into this fight? What are you thinking about? I know it was a while ago.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, like, I felt like an outsider at this competition because, like, my robot was, like, I didn't personally think it was that good compared to everyone else.
I knew.
So I think that was a little bit tricky. You can see the giant L on the bottom. That's nice. Oh, and I've got stuck. I think after I get unstick, it gets better.
But, I mean, you get free. Yeah.
I think I was kind of nervous, but I didn't have like super high expectations. And at this point, like I hadn't really done a whole lot in my robot fighting career yet, so like I wasn't expecting to like do anything crazy. Oh no, what happened?
Alright, it's good. It's good. It's buffering. Yeah, you're good.
No,
it's fine.
Good.
We're dancing now.
Oh no, wait. What happened to the part where I was winning?
Like you see, so he's bouncing around. He throws Lynx. Lynx is inverted. Now he's chasing down Lynx while inverted.
Yeah.
And I started doing the dance of the verticals.
Okay, no, you're not.
Oh no.
Well.
Oh,
listen.
well,
You
notice.
Footage has this like tear in it.
Yeah. But you notice like Pine's still driving well.
Kicking.
It drives very, very good. It's throwing Lynx just as much as Lynx is throwing it. Like that's first of all, that's why I knew, because I picked him for teams anyway, because I knew he was going to be good.
Right.
And second of all, that's why I keep standing Old Pine, because Old Pine actually is way better than everyone thinks it was.
Yeah.
Well, you see, the real reason was Brandon picked me so that I would be motivated by getting beat up by all these good robots.
Well,
you're not getting. You're pinning. You're pinning with your weapon off here. This isn't. I mean, you're not. You are certainly holding your own in a fight that like you wouldn't expect. Like you'd expect to get totally destroyed.
That was cool.
Like he's fighting the reigning champ. You have to remember this.
Right.
He's fighting the best robot in the world at that point.
Right.
Yeah, and I remember fighting him, and like you can see JMO is like on the cage side with Calvin, and I was like, I was just happy to be there, honestly.
Mhm.
And then actually I broke his beater bar, which like it doesn't stop spinning, but it like cracked and he gave it to me. So
Oh, that's cool.
I got a Lynx beater bar out of that fight, so that was pretty cool.
Cool.
See what I mean? Like last 30 seconds, it gets pretty rough. Oh, a little bit sad, but Pine's still in there. Pine's still in there. So once again, old Pine. But at the same time, like you have to. And I really wanted to acknowledge this point too. The original Pine, little less than 2 years down the line. This is June 24, so that's about
It's like 2.5 years.
3 years, about like 2.5 years, a change from the first one. That's great growth between surviving lynxing to
what are these wires?
to the other one having rubber band pulley to actual belt.
Yes. Like I
And
think
the
if there was a
wires.
most improved Brett winner, like start to finish, all time, Pine Victus 100%. Like looking at where it started to where it is now, like is of the recent crop, like it is an entirely different beast than when it started.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think a big part of that is just like it started when I didn't know anything, and then I just kind of stuck with the same idea of like I wanted to win the whole thing with a beater bar, and that was my whole goal from the beginning. It's like it was just like a lot of dedication to make sure that happened.
That's right. That's when I say that's when I would generally attribute to like the getting good begins to kick in. Because even if you didn't think Old Pine was great, this is when you started moving towards the next one. Remember explicitly like after going to G Scroll and coming back, I think we did a sword event like in the summertime.
Yeah,
August
we did a sword
afterwards.
it was on my birthday, and I like didn't really want to go, but then I was like, well, I'll go with Brandon, and then that one was pretty good. I think I got like 5th or something. But then after that,
you made a pass.
I was like, yeah, now it's time for a new version. So that new version was version 7 that I won my first ever event with. That was Vector Space. That was in fall of 2024. And that was because I debuted at NHRL in like October. And then I lost to Voxel, and then I lost to Chaos Upright as well, and then I was like pretty sad. So I went to another competition the next week, and I drove like 4 hours to get there, and then then I swept that event, and that was my first like event win, and then I was ready to go to the next NHRL in February, and that was where I qualified.
Exactly. Like you had the growth there. Actually, I think I have a photo of this one, Jake. We can flash that really fast.
Yeah.
It's the red and cyan one.
Yeah, it's on the wiki. The one on the wiki.
The one on the wiki. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're good. Yeah, it's like the one at the top.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
So I remember I remember watching the finals from home, and I was like, yeah, I want to be there next year. So I think that was kind of like my biggest motivator, was like I wanted to be I wanted to be good.
And this one was, because I'm not mistaken, this one qualified in February, right?
Yep. So this is the one I qualified in February. I had a lot of hard fights to get there. So I beat Jackalope. I beat Spicy Toucan. I beat Sad Octopus, Mako, and Cold Snap, and that was my like qualifying run. And then I lost to Silent Spring.
Yeah, this is the Demons.
Yeah.
Pretty painful because
so that was a rematch.
Oh, yeah, so this finals run was a bunch of
my fights were rematches from February too.
That's cool.
So this one I rewatched it a lot, and like I'm like controlling the beginning, but I think I was a little bit too amped up, and I'm like driving insanely fast, and then that ends up being my downfall. But that was also like that kind of propelled me throughout the rest of the day, like the really fast and aggressive driving style. But
Yeah,
I
it's
had
easy to
thought a
like
lot
touch the
about
side of the
like,
wedge and stuff.
yeah, like if I had like slowed it down a little bit for this fight, like might it have gone
Like,
differently?
yeah.
Yeah, that kind of kept me awake at night quite a bit.
Yeah. Like the craziness that he induces from the sick gyro and speed and pine also let it open a bit more for Silent Spring. And so I remember watching. I've watched this a couple times too.
What
Yeah.
There's a sad moment.
What?
There's smoke
So
there,
the
smoke
he
and
hell?
pine.
broke. He basically broke my beater bar, and then it locked up against the wedge, and then smoked out my weapon motor.
Mm.
Oh, he didn't hit anything. I see. So it
Well,
busted
he made you
you.
hit yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, it was like a weird combo thing because he also hit my pulley. Um,
In New Brett Zone, can I do? Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, okay. Can I do
I think
frame
there's
by
still
frame?
single clip, right? Frame by frame.
No. I'm not gonna mess with this right now. All right. We're gonna take a quick break, real quick. When we come back, we're gonna be reviewing Alex's fight from December, his run with many uh, 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 rematches, actually, which I did not realize. And we're going to be reviewing those fights. Thank you, Alex. We'll be back in about 5 minutes. Thanks, guys. We're back with Alex Wang, current reigning 3-pound champion. I've got some questions, though. Mainly the fit, okay? I think this took us all by storm. You know, you're showing up at champs, you get a uniform on, you know, people want to look kind of out there, kind of
Put
wild.
together.
But you showed up in a Nike navy sweatshirt. What are you thinking?
What's the vibes?
What's the vibe?
So I have like the Leatherbacks jersey. I thought about it, but like I'm not a Leatherback anymore, and I kind of just wanted to do my own thing. And then honestly, like I just wanted to win and look like I didn't care, and I thought that would be kind of funny.
No, I'm gonna do my own thing, and it's gonna be in the most chill way possible.
Yeah.
Just a chill guy.
Yeah, I know, like, Jake, you were talking about, like, me wearing my winter jacket at, like, the cage and how, like, no one wears their winter jacket. But Jameson Go wears his winter jacket sometimes.
Sure.
Man.
It's such a nonchalant. Look, this looks like it could be a Nike ad. This looks
Dude,
like
that
it
is
could
a
be
Nike.
in
This
a mall.
is an ad.
Like, if
though.
you crop this, like, you could have a banner of this. Yeah, Nike. Let it rip. What's their thing? Just do it. Yeah,
Just
dude.
do it.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Nah,
dude.
man, that would go hard.
Just do it.
You got the full background of Pine, and you had the
Yeah.
nonchalant holding of the golden
Yeah.
dumpster, the
Boom.
golden Brett. You got it.
That's a website banner right there. Just do it.
Yeah, so I just wanted
Okay,
to look,
okay.
you know, nonchalant. That was really the big thing.
You pulled it off. You pulled it off. Let me tell you that. Okay, so going into champs, you had 4 robots. These are all kind of configured differently. This billet thing is wild. So what part is this, and what made you do this?
Yeah, actually, so we talked about Pine Victus being good in February.
Yeah.
Then I had a 2-1 run in May where I lost to Cold Snap, and that was another moment that kind of kept me up at night. Because then I lost to Silent Spring, and then I lost to Cold Snap, and I was like, "What am I doing with my life?" And then it only goes downhill because then at Hive Hysteria, I'm doing like pretty well all day, and then in the final, if I lunatic and he like in one hit he like blows out my battery through the basically like where the billet thing is now. I used to have like a 3D printed thing. Yeah, and so this was rough because he ripped off my wedge when I was stuck, and that was like, I think, like I don't like to say that I was like unlucky, but
I mean, yeah, good. He definitely aimed for the wedge, and the wedge certainly did its job in that moment of taking all the energy for you, but it hurt doing so.
Yeah, and then like after that, like he, I think he like hit my pulley and then locked up the weapon and it smoked, and then we'll slowly watch what happened to Repeater where he like rips out my beater bar, and yeah, the rest is kind of rough.
Yeah. That thing.
This is
so hard. Oh, it's so gross, dude.
Yeah, because like this is again at this point or to this point, this is the best Pine.
Yeah,
like
right.
Qualified in February. It was on a monster run compared to its predecessors, but humble.
Yeah, it still wasn't like.
It's just getting mauled right now.
You actually can see it peeling up in real time. Like
Yeah.
the frame rails are bent, the wheels are out, the
beater bars
wheel
out,
guards are
yeah.
dying.
So why did that fight prompt this?
So
Like this
yeah,
part?
yes. So it wasn't that fight. It was the next fight
Oh, I'm sorry.
at Hive Hysteria. No, sorry,
It
it
was a
wasn't
Luna
at
fight.
Hydra.
With
I don't.
Luna. I'm sorry.
I don't think
Mhm.
it's. I hope it's not a video. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe
But-
we dive hard enough, but I'm pretty sure that'll keep quiet for now. But
Yep.
go on.
Yeah, so I had like a TPU like electronics cover thing, but the way my frame is laid out, like my battery goes long ways next to my weapon motor, so like there's no drive motors in between like on most beater bars that's like holding the battery in at the back.
Mm-hmm.
So in like a big hit versus Lunatic, it basically just ejected my battery through the middle, like right into the beater bar.
Mhm.
And that was like one hit, and then like I got second at that event, but like I wasn't thrilled about it because that wasn't a good way to like lose. So then following that, I was like, well, this robot sucks and I need to do something about it. But then I started my new job, and then I was like, I have no more time at all to even think about robots. And then it kind of sat there, and I went to another Hive event, and I fought Impact, and then the same thing happened, except worse, because this time, like, my weapon was spinning full speed when the battery came out, and then it, like, fully, like,
Oh.
was on fire, and we had to stop for, like, 15 minutes so that could, like, de-smoke everything. So after that, then I was like, okay, yeah, I need to do something about it, and I was like, I had thought about ways to do it, and like doing it with plates or like aluminum or carbon fiber plates, and I was like, I don't really like any of these, and I was like, well, I have a chance to make it like super cool. So then I was like, let's just make something cool, and then I added something that I thought was cool, and then we turned out with this thing. So that was kind of how it came to be.
Seeing this part in real life looked fake. I mean, it looked so cool. It looked like something. You know, it looked like the CAD. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like an alien part. You don't know where it goes on. Like I couldn't point to you and tell you, oh, this is this part of this robot. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
this is doing three things. It's mounting to the top cover, right? Is that what I'm seeing here?
Yeah. So that's what those like two screws in the back are.
Okay. And then it's mounting.
So it's mounting to that. It's mounting the bottom, and it's mounting the sides.
Yep.
Right there, and then yeah, basically everything's like keyed together, so it goes together really nicely. And then it also holds the weapon motor, which is like keyed into there. And then I also I don't know if it actually did anything, but I found some thermal paste from when I built my computer a couple years ago.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So I just thermal pasted my weapon motors in there.
It helps.
That was kind of cool.
I think it helps a ton. I do the same thing. I do the same thing to this day. So.
Yeah, and then
I like the beater bars, other configurations on there. Because I know Alex Pick asked about the tie beater bar and the top plates there. They also look very sick too.
Yeah, this is crazy town, dude. Holy moly. So what is the tie?
Yeah, so,
is this a tie beater?
So here, if you go back to that picture with all four of them.
Yeah.
So honestly, I'm not like a big config guy. I don't really like to think too hard about it. I think. Okay, I tried to keep it to like forks and a wedge and then like a top armor. But yeah, so for the tie top armor, so it's like a 2mm water jet cut sheet that we then bent on the iron worker at UMD, and that was another moment where Steven came in clutch to help me out with that. But I kind of designed the billet thing without thinking about top armor, and then I was going to CAD up some top armor after I already had everything in hand, and I was like, the normal method is not gonna work for this, so I need to do something else. And then I was like, well, I have my little like hypershock hex bug on my desk, and I was just looking at it, and I was like, let's just do some like bending
That's
for fun.
awesome.
Let's go, Will
Dude,
Bales.
that's awesome. It
So that's
looks
why,
like
like, there's
Hypershock. Yeah,
there's
yeah.
4
Totally.
completely unnecessary bends on this thing, like between these 2 pieces.
Yeah.
Like
Here.
those 2 in the corners and then the 2 on the bottom plate. Like, yeah, there's just no reason to do this, but I just thought it looked cool, and I was like, we might as well just do it because we're here.
That's the human element, man. That's how you make it alive, not just like a box.
I know. And then, yeah, so I ended up also buying a titanium beater bar, just being like the exact same geometry in case I needed weight. And I ended up needing it to fit the top armor, so it came in at like, yes, 3.00 pounds. So right on the dot.
That's awesome. So this beater bar is titanium. And did you run this at? You run this against?
Yeah,
Mako?
yeah. So if we watch the one against the wall, I think that one
okay.
highlights it really well.
So
and what?
All the strats came in play. That's what I'm hearing, which is good to hear.
Well, okay. Actually, we can watch both. Against Mako, the top armor comes in handy, but against the wall, like, the lower like MOI of the tie beater bar actually like made a big difference, and you can see like I'm driving in ways that a beater bar robot like shouldn't be allowed to drive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I'm like getting fully around him.
You're more
in
mobile.
He's
just
super
a
mobile.
manner that like shouldn't really be fair. So it's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
funny.
yeah. Because I think about, remember, like I just sort of remember because we watched it earlier. Original Pine's fight against Silent Spring versus this fight.
Yeah.
You were bouncing way more. And this one's kind of like, yeah, he'd been caught once or twice, but he's, look at that, like pivoting around the sides of the wall, catching the forks.
So
Beautiful.
The
level
lower
of controls.
MOI allows you to turn and maneuver around, and it's also allowing you to drive through those forks. Like, you're not hitting the forks and then kind of failing out on them. You're actually getting enough momentum where you're driving against them, getting bite, and then driving through them.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
because I'm convinced
Like
that beetle
that.
weights have excess. I'm convinced beetle weights have excess energy because they are so light. Their actual inertia is way bigger to just throw them instead of actually taking damage. So if you actually
like
can
that
minimize
one's
your
right
weapon
there.
power, you can
Yeah.
do stuff like this.
Yeah, like I like doing like a full speed turn and not gyroing,
Yeah, that's
and just
wild.
like I'm just going from side to side, and then like I realized I could get to the side of his long forks, and then like we would just lock in these like rotating battles, and then
But here you're able to go completely around. Wow. Yeah.
We have like
that's
teleporting
wild.
speed.
Yeah, that's
because
wild.
because Pine runs what 6S?
yeah.
Yeah, so your speed is crazy. Because I imagine it's paired with like repeat drive pros.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So your top speed, especially in a 3-pound box, is probably just lightning, kind of like Red
Yeah,
Storm
it's
or
pretty
Cloud
wild.
Viper. So you can just do mauling like that. It's brilliant.
I know. So like in this fight, honestly, at this point in the day, I wasn't nervous. Like the one I was nervous for was Silent Spring, because that was what had been haunting me at night for the last since February.
Rematch, if you will.
But like I was talking to JMO, and like it was funny, like I was talking to like his mom, and his mom was like, I hope you guys have fun or something. And I was like, oh yeah, me too. And he was saying like, don't do anything embarrassing on stream. And then it's like I wasn't like super nervous, but it was just like a lot of built up anticipation of this rematch.
Yeah.
And then I was like pretty locked in the whole time, and I think after this fight it gave me the confidence to just kind of
all
take
that
on the rest of them.
was like released.
Yeah. Because also people ask, so like no wheel guards.
Yeah, that is wild.
I think
that is
between
such an
this
awesome
and
decision,
this
and it's so
and
good.
cold snap. This and cold snap, people freaked out. They're like, no wheel guards on pine.
I know. I was like, I definitely like. Well, see, right there, that was my own fault. Like, I don't think he hit me. And like, my screw just came out. That was just stupid. But yeah, my thinking when I was designing the robot was like, well, I want to put all the weight I can into everything that isn't wheel guards, and if I'm gonna win, then I'll need to be driving really well anyway. So, like, I don't feel like I need it. And then against these two, my wedge config was heavy, where I couldn't run like the belt guard, and really, I figured like against the undercutter, like they're getting under any guard I had anyway, so like it doesn't even matter. And it just came down to like I had to drive really nicely to win.
It's such a like high risk, high reward strategy because you can take all that weight and put it into like a much better, like look how much better your front wedge mounting is compared to the one that Cold Snap ripped off. It's very, and this might be a weird comparison. It's very much in the same vein of like Slam Plan, where it's just like, okay, I'm not doing top plates. I'm gonna dump everything I can into like the chassis and the weapon to make the chassis and the weapon as good and as reliable as possible. Even though that's a completely different robot, it's the same logic where it's like I can have a giant front wedge and a really well-mounted front wedge, and that's going to do me way better than this wheel armor is going to do. And so it's such a cool decision, and it's so cool to see it like work out,
Yeah, no, for sure. Because like even in my other fights, like I had the wheel guards and they didn't save me.
Right.
I think you're gonna end up inspiring people to do other similar stuff now. People are gonna think about, wait, what if I just make wheels strong?
Yeah.
It's kind of like what Max does anyway, but
leans
into more even wheels.
Yeah.
Why would I take the weight from my drivetrain to have wheel guards when I can just make my drivetrain be able to handle direct shots? You know what I mean? Like that's the logic, right? It's better to the logic is it's better to have one good thing than a bunch of like kind of mediocre things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I think that's interesting, and I'm interested to see what other designs like start to take after that logic. Like, I think these robots are very like generalist. Like you have a configuration for a wide variety of opponent, or not a wide variety, but a wide range of opponents. So like Cold Snap, you've got your wedge config. That's good for Cold Snap. That's good for Silent Spring. That's good for Caldera. But like min-maxing each of those in their own, category, right?
Maximizing.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't want to say.
Got him, boys. You got him.
Anyways, okay. So you did Silent Spring, and so the pressure is kind of off you, and then you're going into Cold Snap for the final. What are you thinking about going into that one? Where's your headspace at? Because that's also a rematch.
Yeah. Well, so like. I don't know. This kind of comes back to me not wanting to. Like, actually, I don't even know what I'm saying. But like before the event, like everyone's making a spreadsheet. Everyone's like doing everything, and like
big predictions on podcasts.
Okay. Whoa.
No. Like I made a spreadsheet, but my spreadsheet. I looked at the spreadsheet and I was like, well, I feel like I can win all these, and then I put myself at the top, and I didn't even fill out the rest of it.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And I saw like if I wanted to win, I would have to beat Silent Spring, Cold Snap, and like that would be a big like challenge to overcome because like that historically has not gone too well for me. But that was assuming I beat Repeater in my second fight. And I actually lost that, and I wasn't really keeping like I hadn't accounted to lose that one, so I didn't really know like what was coming up. But then I ended up kind of like taking the same route that I
definitely remember seeing that. Cause I watched the fight before, which I think was Cold Snap Repeater, And when Cold Snap beat Repeater, I was like, okay, this is like much more in Alex's game now. At least now he knows how he's going to fight him. That's much better direction of how he wants to go, as opposed to just like a like being double teamed again. That'd be pain.
Yeah.
So kind of funny how the direction turned out. But at the same time, I also was thinking, dang, Cold Snap hits really, really hard. Like Silent Spring also hits hard, but I guess, you know, I mean, obviously Jameson had the issue with Silent Spring. Like going into the Cold Snap fight, we're definitely thinking about like, okay, is that twice on a robot that's like super wide, which is already like a really difficult thing to go against because now you're being really funneled better into the blade. So that's going to be big.
Yeah. So, I mean, how did I feel? I felt like if it was going to happen, this is how I would want it to happen. Like, I wouldn't want to have won without fighting Cold Snap. Like,
Yeah.
There was, between like Cold Snap and Silent Spring, there was no other robots that like worried me so much. And especially just having like the history with them.
Oh,
And it was a similar thing, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, like neither of us were like that nervous, I think, because we kind of like we made it. It was just for fun, but like the pressure's on, and I was really trying to be locked in. And then there's a moment, like in the beginning, it's going for it. I'm like, oh dang, I'm actually winning. Like this could be possible. And then we're gonna get to it where I think like it's over, and I'm gonna go home being second place. Like right here.
Yeah.
My wedge starts bending down.
Is that a drive belt or a?
Yes, that's a drive belt. My wedge is bent down. 2 wheels are touching the ground, and I'm like, oh no!
Oh, geez.
This is exactly what.
Wait, you won this?
Time.
Sorry, I don't remember any of this. You won this fight?
This is the final.
Yeah,
this is
wait.
the grand final. And I'm like, okay, I need to get hit and unbend the wedge. And then that happened. And then I was like, oh, that's good. But then, like, part of it, like, one side of it just falls off, and I'm like, oh, well, it's over again.
Right.
But
now he's upside down.
We're back. It's over.
So as soon as you see an undercutter upside down, by the way, for vert drivers in the chat, you hit the hell out of that thing because it is so vulnerable when it's upside down. It's scary. For an undercutter, this is like the worst, like life ending. Like this is so scary because you're like, my weapon could come off like with any of these hits. You know what I mean? It's the scariest thing.
Spin as fast as possible and drive as slowly as possible. And you see like half of my wedge is just like hanging off. Like,
but the drive's now free though, which is huge because now you're much more maneuverable.
Yeah,
you're into things.
You get it back.
No, yeah, and then I hit him a couple times.
I see Miles and Jameson in chat. They're both,
both
commentating on it.
Sorry, guys. But
wait,
they have awesome
robots. No, Jake, don't tell
It was so much fun to fight them.
But yeah, like I was saying, Alex, like the fight at the same point.
I'm sorry.
You also had good moments too.
I told them the secret. I told them that we go into panic mode as soon as we're upside down. So what is failing in Cold Snap right now? So it kind of like winds down.
Yeah, so I'm not exactly sure what happened. Miles said he didn't see anything like physically wrong with it, but his weapon's still spinning and his drives are not driving.
Yeah. Miles, what happened? Design a better undercutter than Jake. Yeah, bro. Okay. I'm trying.
JMO's heckling in real time. Very fun.
Some of us went 0-2 at champs, okay?
I don't
want to. Yeah, like it. Yeah, like in your case here, Cold Snap's winding down. Weapon's still spinning, but you're also driving super well. Weapon's still going. And then that's it. Like you keep hitting them because you're like, I got to make sure I put him down for good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this is one thing I saw like in my earlier fight against Murphy's Law. Like I didn't stop hitting him after he stopped moving. And I mean, me personally, like I don't. Like, if I didn't hit him and I gave him 10 seconds to come back to life and then he kills me, like, I would be depressed. So, like, that's just not gonna, like, let that happen, you know?
So you prefer, like, a tap out versus
a slow counter? I want them to tap out. I want to KO. I don't want to judge anything. Had a lot of bad times with the judges, so.
But that smile, the smile of a champion.
I know.
Nonchalant smile.
Pretty good.
Nonchalant. Then you did it, champ.
Yeah, so then I did it, and like I thought about what I would say in like an interview where I'm like holding up a golden box, but then it kind of all just happened so fast, and I don't really remember any of that moment.
Have you watched it back yet? We don't have to
I
watch
watched
it
it. I
back.
watched it one time, and I think that was
It's
like
it's
it
really
was fine. I don't know.
yeah.
It's not the best.
Yeah. I won't play it for you, but
But
no,
like the funny thing is like I don't look that happy when I'm like there.
no, you look you. This is something about you that I really
I
like.
just look like I'm in pain. I don't know.
Every fight you finish smiling. Like even every fight we've watched tonight, like when they pan to you cage side, like even in the beginning, you were smiling the entire like front to back. and this robot is good, and I like this robot a lot because it's had a lot of changes. They've been positive the entire time, and even when you have your ass kicked, like you're smiling at the end of the fight, and like that's such a cool like even like with this fight with Calvin. Look, you're smiling. I just clicked on a random fight, and you're smiling. Like I say more? Like you're just smiling the whole time. So I love that about you. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Where to next? What is the plan?
Let's do for Pine especially, because now Pine's a champ. You have 3 other robots copies all sewed together. What are you thinking?
Yeah, so I have all these stupid robot parts. Okay, one thing that is an interesting thing is that my like UHMW uprights are basically consumables, and a lot of people have commented on this. They are like made out of air, like there's no material there. And every fight that wasn't against Hammersaw, I'm basically like throwing away my uprights because they're getting bent or cold snap cuts through them or something's happening. And I think that's something that I would rather not just like. I don't know if I want to just go buy 10 more sets of uprights and then just keep running them through fights. And maybe I want to take some time to change something. But honestly, I think it's going to take a little bit of a break. It kind of takes a lot now that I'm working to like go to events. So I kind of want to just chill out for a little bit, work on some bigger robots, and Pine Victus will sit around, and I'm sure there will be a lot of like Maryland 3-pound events that I'll probably go to, and then the goal is to try and defend next year. So yeah.
Nice. And you brought the 12, so now I gotta ask, big robots. Everyone's asking when 12. We need A12X Wang revival. Obviously.
A12X Wang revival. Yes. That's what I want to see.
So I don't think that's what people want to see. Like I don't know about
I want to see more Ratchet. I want to see more Ratchet.
I also don't know about that one.
I know about that one.
So beyond Ratchet, beyond A12X Wang, what are you thinking?
So one thing I really like about my robot is that it's exciting to watch, and I don't like, not even to other people it's exciting to watch, but it's exciting for me to just be eating something and watching my own YouTube video, and like I need to be entertaining myself, and that's like the most critical audience, because like I'll even watch like the wall fight. I was doing pretty well, and like my thought is there weren't enough roof shots. There might have been like 1 or 2, but like I was like, I wish it could have been 3 minutes of roof shots, and like that would have been more fun to watch. So the goal for the 12 is basically to build. I guess it's kind of to build another beater bar, but to make it a similar idea where I have super fast driving and a lot of like explosive potential, and it's really fun to watch and to drive. And it would be cool to have like, I think it would be cool to have a good 12 pounder because I'm not very good at 12 pounders currently, as we already talked about. So I kind of want to like it's cool to be good at 3 pounders, but I want to be good at everything. So that's the goal. Yeah.
It's coming for you, Jake. Coming for you.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm washed. This is the beginning of the end for me. I'm about to hang it up. So, all right. Well, thank you, Alex. This has been awesome. It's been great getting to know you, getting to know your robot, and its rise to now its status as reigning NHRL World Champion. Congratulations. Thank you for joining us. You can catch the recording of this on my YouTube channel. Or on the Spotify, whatever.
All the audio places.
All the audio, wherever you catch your podcast.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in to